Spend some time going over the syllabus with you guys. First off, remember American government class. One of the most important things is it's required by the state of Illinois to graduate. So I'm not worried about any of you having that issue. I just always like to remind students to point that out. One of the big questions students always have is how are we going to get our grade? When you look at this list on your screen, what you'll notice is anything in red is where you might receive a grade. Really, I want you guys to think about points. How many points can I get? So points can come during student check-in activities. They could come during guided readings or digital notebooks. They can come during check-out activities, and of course, you can get points on tests. Really, what you're looking to do is make good choices, take advantage of your time. I will often give you seat work time. I will often give you work to do on your day off or time to finish what we started in class on your day off. And, just pay attention to that and stay on track. And really, what you're looking to do is collect as many points as possible. I really like this quote at the bottom, just to give you a little background. Thaddeus Stevens was a Republican in Congress after the American Civil War. And after the United States Civil War, Thaddeus Stevens sat in Congress and he said, "Let no person be treated differently but by merit or conduct." So again, it had nothing to do with male, female, had nothing to do with your skin color. It had to do with your merit and your conduct. And that's the way I like to think about this class is really that's how you receive your points. Okay. You make the choice, you make daily choices, and those choices add up to what you get in this class. And I think Thaddeus, even though it was back there in the 1800s, was definitely onto something with that comment. What kind of expectations do we have here in class? Hey, let's remember, guys, respect. Okay. Of course, I want you to be respectful to me. More importantly, I want you to respect each other. Anytime that we have the opportunity to talk in class, anytime that we have the opportunity to have a message board in class, the most important thing is that this is a comfortable environment for people and that people feel, comfortable here. And I'm a big believer in that. The other thing is, just being respectful of me and being in class on time. If for some reason you're having technical difficulties, I understand those happen. They even happen to me sometimes. Contacting me, letting me know your computer is restarting, or hey, my internet's kind of off right now, or my little brother won't shut up in the background, and my house is really loud. Just contact me. You can do that via email. You could do that via the Remind app, and all those things, are good ways to communicate. Remember, communication shows that you care, and caring about being successful in the class is a good thing for you to do. Of course, you know about the behavior, whether it's in class or in our Google Meets. That's really obvious, and I know we won't have any problems with that. And finally, do your best. Do your best. That's always a really important thing. Looking at the grade book, I'm sure that you've became familiar with the grade book uh, policies during first semester. What do we have to look at here? Hey, I did my work. Okay, you did your work. Did you get over a 50% on that work? If so, that's the number I'm going to stick in the grade book. If you don't like that number, can you redo it? Yes. You turn nothing into me. Well, I'm going to put a 0.1 in the grade book. A 0.1 obviously is not good. But a 0.1 is something that's done to remind you, hello, I have not received that assignment. Once we get through the chapter and I've entered all the grades, the 0.1 would turn into an M. And an M stands for missing, and that calculates in as a 45%. The bottom line is what I want you to think of yourself in this class is like the Cookie Monster. Okay, if you remember the Cookie Monster, he goes cookie, 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 and he tries to eat as many cookies as possible. Well, I want you to be the Point Monster. Point, 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 point. Eat as many points as possible. Obviously, a point one is not eating a lot of points, and an M is eating less than half the points. So let's try to stay out of those two areas. When you look at how I will grade your assignments, again, your grade basically every chapter is going to consist of two things. You're going to have a guided reading or digital notebook, and then you are going to have a test. When I look at the Google document that your guided reading is on, or the Google document that your digital notebook is on, I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to just kind of look it over. Did you answer everything? Great. Next thing, I'm going to go up to this edit button, and I'm going to click that edit button, and I'm going to say, all right, how many times did they edit this document? How many times were they on this document? As you can see for me, I have not edited the document that you're looking at since August 20th. And then today was my next time. And total, there's 12 edits. And then what I can see is like if I go back to this one, like I probably copy and pasted a decent amount of this document, or maybe not. But again, it'll show me if you copy and pasted it all from scratch. Let's go back to that. Yeah, see this total one edit. And if you look at it, like everything in green is what I brought in at that one time. So what I'm basically saying is don't do that. If you do that, we're going to have issues. I don't want to have issues. I want you to get things done, but I want you to also, do your work on your own. So looking at that, I can also view the history button to see if, someone else has been on your document, that sort of thing. If I tell you you can work together, work together. If I tell you we can collaborate, collaborate. But I guess the bottom line is type in your own answers. That is very, very important. And then last but not least, I'll look and see if questions are correct or not. Again, it's pretty obvious if you get into that just copy and paste mode, you're going to get a 0. We don't want that to happen. Again, with late assignments, we talked about the point one and the M. Once I put that M in there, we're pretty much moving on from that. If you have a specific issue that you would like to discuss with me regarding turning in something that you received an M for, I would expect you, because you care, to reach out to me and communicate. How are we going to just lay out what we're doing in class every day? The calendar, and the calendar that I use, just to let you know, is I use the Google Classroom calendar. And what I mean by that is I go ahead and I put dates on everything in your Google Classroom. So when you go view all, okay, this is your handy dandy place. It says to do or upcoming. You go and click that, and it'll say things that have no due date, things that are a work in progress, things that are missing. And what I like you to do is use that as a checklist. And often I'll say, hey, go clean up your Google Classroom. Because sometimes you don't even have to turn in a specific assignment. You just have to click complete it. And as we bounce back and forth between the virtual world and the in-person world, that's a way for us to stay organized with each other. So again, I'll continue to, touch on that as we move forward. Google Meets obviously are a big part of what we do. Uh, you can find that meet link on the classroom, as you already did. We'll use Flipgrids. We'll use Ed Puzzles, maybe Videos. The grades will be on Infinite Campus. Of course, take some tests on exam login. Communicate with me via email or that Remind app, which we set up earlier. I'm on the syllabus, the U.S. history syllabus, yes. All right. And again, you have your grading scale, which is the same as every other class there. And if you are ever absent, reminder, just go on the Google Classroom. I will never be rude to you, but I will probably respond, say, hey, did you check the Google Classroom? And then if you check it and you're still confused, then I can help you more. And that's the way for us to stay organized in this virtual time. So again, I look forward to you being very successful in this class. I look forward to us getting through this together. I look forward to seeing you in person, but most importantly, success. I want you to have success and I want you to learn a few things. So let's have a great year. And now I'm going to open up the floor to any questions that you might have.